Handbook of Abhidhamma Studies by Venerable Sayadaw U Silananda. Read by Dhammakami. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Veneration to the Exalted One, the homage worthy, the perfectly enlightened one. Sharing of merits. May all beings share in the merits gained, enjoy good health, prosperity and happiness, cultivating loving kindness and wisdom, culminating in the cessation of all suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Divisions of Buddha's teachings into Nikayas. When the Buddha's teachings were recorded at the first Buddhist council, the elders at that council divided the Buddha teachings into different categories. There are several divisions or several categories. I want to tell you about two divisions only. One division is into Nikayas, 5 Nikayas or collections. All the teachings of the Buddha were divided into 5 groups or 5 collections. The first collection is of long discourses. The second is of medium-length discourses. The third is of kindred discourses or miscellaneous discourses. The fourth is a gradual discourses. And finally, the fifth is the minor discourses. All the Buddha's teachings were divided into these 5 Nikayas. Collection of long discourses, collection of medium-length discourses, collection of miscellaneous discourses, collection of gradual discourses, collection of minor discourses, or collection of smaller discourses. In Pali, they are called Dikha Nikaya, long discourses, Majjhima Nikaya, medium-length discourses, Samyutta Nikaya, kindred discourses, Anguttara Nikaya, gradual discourses, and Khuddaka Nikaya, minor discourses. Into Pitakas. Again, the Buddha's teachings were divided into 3 groups. They are called Tipitaka. The word Pitaka means receptacle, a vessel or a basket, or Pitaka means things to be learned. The word Pitaka is usually translated as basket. There are 3 Pitaka or baskets. They are Vinaya Pitaka, Sutta or Sutanta Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka. Nikayas and Pitakas are separate or different sorts of divisions. Many people misunderstand this. They think Nikaya division is a subdivision of Pitakas. But that is not so. Actually, each Buddhist book in the Pali Canon belongs both to a particular Pitaka and a particular Nikaya. Let's look at the first book among the texts, the Mahavipanga. It belongs to Khuddaka Nikaya. And as to Pitaka, it belongs to Vinaya Pitaka. Netipakarana, Peta Kopa Desa, and Milinda Panha. These 3 are not mentioned in the Vinaya and Dikha Nikaya commentaries as part of the canon. That is why some people don't include them in the Pali Canon. But in Burma, These are also included in the Pali Canon. When they were rehearsed at the 5th and the 6th Buddhist councils, they were included. With regard to the Katha-Wattu, this book as we have it today was added at the 3rd Buddhist Council. You may read the expositor for the account in detail. There is a Pali verse found in the Vinaya commentary and the Abhidhamma commentary. It reads, Tapetwa Chaturo Pe Te Nikaye Dikha Adike Tadanyang Buddha Vachanang Nikayo Kuddako Matto. The meaning is as follows. The rest of the words of the Buddha, excluding these 4 Nikayas, such as Dikha, that means Dikha, Majjhima, Samyutta, and Anguttara, should be understood as Kuddaka Nikaya. It is strange that the whole of Vinaya Pitaka and the whole of Abhidhamma Pitaka belong to the Kuddaka Nikaya. Kuddaka Nikaya means minor teachings or minor discourses. Abhidhamma is not minor, and Vinaya is not minor either, but both of them are included in Kuddaka Nikaya, the division into Nikayas, and the division into Pitakas are 2 different divisions. Nikayas are not subdivisions of the Pitakas. The Abhidhamma we are going to study belongs to as Nikaya, to Kuddaka Nikaya, and as to Pitaka, to Abhidhamma Pitaka. The word Abhidhamma. Now we come to the word Abhidhamma itself. This word is composed of 2 parts, Abhi and Dhamma. Abhi here means excelling or distinguished. Dhamma means teaching. Abhidhamma means excelling teaching or distinguished teaching. Excelling does not mean that the teachings in Abhidhamma Pitaka are better than, or loftier than, or nobler than those taught in the Sutta Pitaka. The only difference between those taught in Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka is the method of treatment, the method of presentation. The same things are taught in Sutta and Abhidhamma. You find the same Dhamma, the same subjects in both Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka. But in Abhidhamma Pitaka, they are minutely analyzed. It excels the teachings in Sutta Pitaka. It is distinguished from the teachings in Sutta Pitaka with regard to the method of treatment. Let us take, for example, the 5 aggregates. I hope you are familiar with the 5 aggregates. Aggregate of matter, aggregate of feeling, aggregate of perception, aggregate of mental formations, aggregate of consciousness. Buddha taught the doctrine of 5 aggregates. We are composed of these 5 aggregates. Most beings are composed of 5 aggregates. These 5 aggregates are treated in Samyutta Nikaya on 1 page only, but the same 5 aggregates are treated in the 2nd book of Abhidhamma in 68 pages. We have 68 pages versus 1 page. You see how different the method of treatment is in Suttanta Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka. In the Suttanta Pitaka, the Buddha may elaborate on the 5 aggregates a little more, but it is not a complete analysis, a complete treatment, as in the Abhidhamma. In the Abhidhamma Pitaka, especially in the Vifanga, they are treated by the way of explanation of the Suttanta method, by the way of explanation of Abhidhamma method, and by the way of questions and answers. Actually, everything to be known about the 5 aggregates is treated in Abhidhamma, not in Suttanta Pitaka. So this is why it is called Abhidhamma. It differs only in the method of treatment, not in the content, not in the dhammas taught in it. You find the same 5 aggregates in suttas and Abhidhamma. You find the 4 noble truths in suttas and Abhidhamma, and so on. What is taught in Abhidhamma? What is taught in Abhidhamma? It is very hard to translate this word into English actually. We will see that it is ultimate teaching in contrast to conventional teaching in Sutta Pitaka. In Sutta Pitaka, the Buddha used conventional terms like I, you, a person, a woman. Without these conventional terms, we cannot speak at all. We cannot communicate with other people at all, because we live in this conventional world. So in the Sutta Pitaka, the Buddha taught in conventional terms, but in Abhidhamma Pitaka, most of the terms used are not conventional terms, but terms of ultimate reality. They are different. There are almost no persons, no men, no woman in the Abhidhamma Pitaka. You will find 5 aggregates, bases, elements, 4 noble truths, and so on. Although the subject may be the same, the way of presentation is different. Let us take the example of water. Actually, I don't have the knowledge of chemistry. I only know that water is H2O. So I always take that example. When I say I drink water, I'm using a conventional term. It is true that what I'm drinking is water. I'm not lying. But if you go to a lab and analyze the elements, you will not call that liquid water, but H2O. The terms we use in Abhidhamma are like the usage of the term H2O in chemistry. You are not a man, you are not a woman. You are 5 aggregates. The 5 aggregates are sitting right now. A group of 5 aggregates is talking. Other 5 aggregates are listening. That is something like Abhidhamma. In Abhidhamma, the terms used are of ultimate realities and not of convention. These realities are taught in many different ways. The realities, those that are accepted as realities, are 4 in number. We will come to that later. In Abhidhamma, mind and matter are minutely analyzed. A person is composed of mind and matter. Mind is again composed of citta, which is translated as consciousness, and cetasikas, which is translated as mental factors. What we call mind is a group of 2 things, citta and cetasika. There are 89 or 121 types of cittas. Citta is divided into 89 or 121 types of consciousness. Mental factors are divided into 52. Mind is minutely analyzed and described in Abhidhamma. Matter is also treated in detail. There are 28 material properties taught in Abhidhamma. Their number or enumeration, their causes, and how they are grouped together in groups, how they arise, how they disappear in one given life. All these things are taught in Abhidhamma. In Abhidhamma, what are ultimate realities is taught, that is, consciousness, mental factors, matter, and Nibbana. Thank you, Dhamma friends, for listening to Abhidhamma by Venerable Sayadaw U Silananda. What is Abhidhamma will be in the next video. May the light of Abhidhamma lead us towards the path of enlightenment. Sharing of merits. May all beings share in the merits gained, enjoy good health, prosperity, and happiness, cultivating loving kindness and wisdom, culminating in the cessation of all suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.